I'm James O'D, and I've spent a lifetime's work in human rights, peacemaking, and consciousness making, really moving from protest to how we create a whole culture of peace. So I went from Amnesty International to being president of the Institute of Noetic Sciences. That gives you a sense. And we live at a time that is so charged and dangerous. It's these viral particles of meaning are violent, and we have to learn how to create this culture of peace. It's no longer about just being anti-war, but in every way, in our home, in our community, in our schools, in our health centers, how we breed and foster peace. And I'd like to share with you an example of how you address the being and separate the being from their actions or words. Of course, we can protest and be angry and wish to change behaviors, of course, but we must never attack the being. We separate out the being from the action. And that's an essential principle that we must practice in our daily life. I'll just give you a quick story of Julio, who gets off the metro, the subway in New York late at night, and is confronted with a teenager with a large knife who asks for his money. And he throws the wallet at the kid, who starts to run away. And Julio shouts after him, "I live nearby. It's a cold night. You probably need my coat too. Why don't you take my coat?" And that very instance of addressing the being and separating out the being from the action, the kid stops, dialogue has begun, and they start talking. And Julio says, "I go to a late night diner near my home. Why don't you come with me and we'll have some food?" And they go to the diner. Not only does the young man pay for it because he has the wallet, but he gives the wallet back. And Julio buys the knife. A complete transaction and transformation of peace. So I want you, in this dangerous time when the fat is flying, when it is, people are saying all sorts of things about each other, always separate out the being from their actions, and you will find a path to nonviolence.